And yes, we can hear you. Daniel is telling us.
Okay,
So
nice.
I think everything is okay. We can start our session. Thank you, all you that are joining us. And so this is the first section from our construction track here at LGC. So we have here in this first section a panel of colleagues from LGN, and we will start talking about the transforming this important industry. So I will present the speakers and start with a brief introduction. And after that, the section will be a kind of a panel. So I will ask some questions, and all the speakers here will make their comments. And all of you that are attending, you can send your questions. Please use the Q&A for questions for the speakers. So we will have a few minutes at the end to take some Q&A. Okay? In the chat, you can interact, but questions, please put in the Q&A. Okay? I will share my screen, and I show you the objective of this session. Okay? So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So this is the session, Transforming the Construction Industry Through Lean Management. And the people here in this panel, the speakers, we are part of the LGN Construction Working Group. So we have a working group at LGN, and our objective is to help the construction industry to evolve using Lean. Of course, a lot of people are using Lean around the world, and we hope to bring LGN experiencing in different sectors, in different countries, and different industries, and to the discussion of construction. Most of us here in this group, we are also acting in projects with companies in construction and in other industries also. Our construction track will have 7 presentations. So we have a whole track about our subject here. This is our first section, Transforming the Construction Industry. We have here the representatives of the institutes that are part of this group at LGN. I am Flavio Pique from Brazil, and Mark Resch from US had a newness, but he's okay, so he could not join us today. Luca from Italy, Rodrigo from Chile, August from Spain, and Juan from Colombia. So welcome the speakers. Thank you for joining us. And in our track, we will have several sessions, all of them in continuation. When we finish this session, the next section will start and so on. So you can see in Hoping, you can filter construction subject, so you can attend all the sections. Just the last section will be in the main stage. The others will be here in parallel sections. Okay, you can check the time in your local time and so on. But all this set will be of the first 6 sections will be one following the other. Just for Microsoft, we have some hours in between. Okay, let's start reminding the industry context. Construction is a very important industry in all countries. It represents 30% of the world GDP, so it's very important anywhere. We face a lot of competitive pressures as everyone, but in construction they are increasing recently with clients requiring lower costs, lower lead times, better quality, sustainability, ESG. So a lot of pressures in our industry, and it's a very traditional industry. So we need to change a lot of things as we work. Innovation in our industry is accelerating. A lot of discussion about the industrialization, off-site construction, and so on. But we also have a lot of cultural limitations. The command and control is pretty much traditional in our leaders. We have mostly adversarial relationships with our suppliers and so on. Most of you that are from our industry know all about that. The good news is that Lean is facing a huge growing interest around the world. A lot of companies applying Lean in construction, owners, contractors, designers, and so on. And of course, a lot of knowledge and good examples are appearing. As LGN, we realize, comparing with other sectors where we work, that in construction, we still have a main focus on tools. And few companies are already realizing that Lean, in fact, is a company-wide management transformation. So in our group, we discussed all the supply chain, and we selected some subjects for our approach. We wrote some articles you can see in Planet Lean, and we are working in that way. The first one is to develop problem solving around the value stream, and the collaboration and the mindset and so on. And we will have some sessions in our track about that. Also, we have in construction a lot of work being done by companies on planning, and it's very important. Of course, it's a project management industry, but we see that we need to see more how the work is done. And we will have some discussion about that, how to bring a Lean to the front line. And the main background around this to understand the Lean as a management system, and not just Lean construction, not just Lean in job sites, but Lean as a transformation for the entire company. As LGN, we use the Lean Transformation Framework, or LTF, as we say. John Shook presented this some years ago, and it's very important for us to communicate that Lean is not just process improvement. It's very important on that. We have a lot of tools from Lean that help us on that, but it's a value-driven approach. You need to have a very clear purpose, and this purpose is situational. You need to deploy it around the entire company and pull the process that need to be improved and changed to deliver that value to your clients. And doing that, you need to develop a lot of capabilities, new capabilities in people, mainly as problem solvers, change the leadership behaviors and the management system, and all of these changing mindsets and cultural aspects. So we are trying to bring to the sector some experiments and a lot of applications in different companies in all these dimensions, and not just on process. If we take the roof of this house, the purpose, the difficult question is, what problem do you need to solve to better attend your clients? And of course, you need to prioritize, and you have a Hoshin Curry and other approaches for doing that, and to deploy that so everyone can understand what he needs to improve in his workplace to attend that strategic goal. So, of course, each company will plan its journey, and sometimes the problem is basic stability, solving problems of not achieving some standards. Sometimes it's innovation, it's going to another level of delivery, and so on. So the main message here is focus Lean as a turnaround strategy and not just as tools for your job site. So we will continue in our panel discussing this. How can we advance construction using LTF? So I will ask it to our panelists to help us on discussing that question. I will start with Rodrigo. And Rodrigo, From your experience, please tell us your approach, how you think Lean can help construction to make work better and safer. Please,
Okay,
welcome.
thank you, Professor Picky, and welcome to the people here. So we must first understand how the work is done to identify the risk in safety, quality, and also time, and develop together with the teams the standardized work to define the best way to do the work. Many times we just schedule activity without understanding the detail, and of course problems happening day by day. So the standardized work is a tool in lean thinking that study the work, define the sequence of activity to do the work, show the movement of the team during the work, have a checkpoint in safety, quality, and position of material, all of this to eliminate waste. Another point is give training about this standardized to the crew to develop the technical capability of the team to do the work. After that, generate routine to review this standard work, to identify deviation, understand the root causes that generate each problem, and improve the work. So the main task is take care people and work, and when the problem happen. Okay.
Good, very good. So we need to go deeper and go into the Gemba and see the way the work is done, eliminate the wasting, and using all these approaches you told us. It's a good start. Also talking about the process, not just the process of construction job sites, but the entire process. Design is pretty much important in our industry as in others, but for us, it's much more as a project management in the industry. And we have a real revolution happening with the application of BIM. So, August, how do you see the synergies between Lean and BIM? Welcome, August, please. Oh, your microphone is muted.
Thank you, Flavio. Your question is about how to combine lean management, building information modeling, and project construction management, and the mix of these three concepts and the synergy between them. The answer is very simple. Lean, it's a powerful model of business management for the overall companies and also for construction sector. The lean transformation framework, like you speak before. Building information modeling is a powerful technological tool today, very recently, in construction business. Project management, it's a powerful planning methodology for project business. As how you can see, Lean is a model of business management. Could be defined and based on cost orientation. Without clients, without customers, there is no company. All decisions and activities in a construction project must be oriented, addressed to the customer satisfaction, the gap between the initial expectations and the final perceptions. And this must be managed throughout all the project. The second point of Lean is cultural change, based, of course, on people, on workers, on shareholders, on managers, directors, the leadership style, on suppliers. That means a cultural change on the total organization and in all the supply chain of your company. The first point of Lean is continuous improvement from below for operative questions day to day, and continuous improvement from the top for strategic questions. Call it Hoshinkanri on Toyota terminology. But Lean in a project should be also design and management of buffers. Perhaps we have to say yes to the buffers, yes to the inventory, to degrees, on materials, inventory, on machinery, on workforce, on budget, but only design it and manage it, and in only one point to protect the client customer when we fail. The Lean has not been to be limited to information panels, to deposits, to the short meetings, to some tools. That should be to the full company. It's not, we call it the Lean folkloric management. Building information modeling is a technological tool in construction business. It's a very powerful technology tool for space design, for structural design, for procurement, on-site activities coordination, cost controls, facility use and maintenance of construction. The BIM, it's very similar to RP, with the commercial names like SAP, Navision, Giro others. A technological tool for manage a company with a strong backbone based on accounting and finance. We could also talk about the new digital technology applied in construction, database, artificial intelligence, digital twins, blockchains, augmented reality, Internet of Things, and how to use in construction to be more competitive in front of the concurrents. Project management. It's a planning methodology for project business. We can use GAN, PER, the critical path method, the critical chain, the PMBOK box, and also the new Lean project methodology called Lean Process and Product Management. It's similar for a regular or irregular process like point of order, minimum and maximum levels of stocks, buffer drum rope, operation production technology, material requirement planning, Kanbans, Heijunka, and others. In summary, we have big synergies between them. The Lean as a model of business management for the companies. Building information modeling as a technical tool in construction business. Project management as a planning methodology for project business. Then take the best of each one and make your own model for your construction company. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, August. You brought a very interesting point of view, talking not just about BIM, but also what we call the lean digital transformation, combining all other approaches and technology as they are needed. Very, very nice. Thank you very much. And you mentioned some cultural changes that are needed, both to use BIM, to use digital, and to apply lean. So, Luca, and how do you think a lean culture would look like for the construction sector?
Well, that's a very good question. We've been working a lot. When you try to approach lean in a construction company or in construction, most of the time you start from tools, but tools don't go very far if there isn't a cultural change behind. Now, process improvement comes from problem solving, and to do problem solving, to improve, we need problems to be clear. And to have problems to be clear, we need people who raise problems. So they bring up from the Gemba. So the first thing, from my point of view, a very important part of lean culture in company is that people are not afraid to raise problems, because the culture within the company is that we are not looking for the people that are guilty, but we are looking for the root cause for the improvement. So this is, I think, the very, very important part of the cultural change. So people who are not afraid to raise problems, to put problems forward, they want to improve. To do this, we need a management that moves from a command and control culture. So I tell you what to do. I monitor that you respect what I've told you, and if you don't do that, I kind of see you as a problem, you as a person. But we move to a more servant way, where the managers try to develop people and let them develop their capability to improve. Then the last thing I think, and I connect with also was said in the beginning of this Lean Global Connection, that the value that is providing the company needs to be connected to the personal values of each worker. People should be should feel that when they work, they participate to something bigger than them, and that they work not only for the income, but for a vision, for something that matters to them. Yes. So just to repeat, to me, and you'll see in the next section, make a culture where people